us out.
Let's make lemonade. Okay, let's go to work.
That's the signal! Go, 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 go! Six! It's beautiful! Mother Nature just pissed her pants, dude!
Wake up and hit the ground running. It's The Rush, presented by Willis Auto, with Travis Justice and Ross Peterson bringing you raw, unfiltered, and unapologetic talk about sports, life, and everything else that matters. No filtered, no fluff, just The Rush.
Oh, see, it just keeps cutting off. What up, Rush family? Glad to have you aboard here for our Thursday morning get-together. Thank you so much for joining us. Whether that's on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, therushradio.com, the TuneIn app, greatly appreciate you starting your mornings with us each and every day. Or if this is your first time with us, then thanks for hopping aboard. That's not Travis Justice. That's Justin Miller. I am Ross Peterson. Travis going to be with us, we think, tomorrow. He is, I believe, today is the day of travel. I'll verify that hopefully tonight, Justin, and then if not, calling to the bullpen one more time, brother. Calling you in for a Friday.
Let me check my schedule.
Before we get going, because we're gonna have a busy day. Yeah, appreciate it. Let me know if you can squeeze me in. Before we get going, because we're gonna have Bruno up at 7:30, and I don't want to. Thank you so much, buddy, for coming up each and every morning and doing this with us. It's been a really fast week. I tell everybody, like, the only way I can judge if a show is good or did you have a good show? Was it fast? Some days I feel like it drags, and I go, I don't know. Today felt like we were in the mud for a minute.
Yeah.
And that's just me mentally, and the bar I set and all that other philosophical, psychological bullshit. But thank you so much, because this has been a fun week. I've enjoyed it. Hope you've had fun with us.
Absolutely. It feels so good to be back with you and Trav. It feels so good because, I mean, when everything went down, I was like, man, I knew like I could talk to you guys whenever. There's cell phones, like you're a text away. But getting up every morning, hanging out with you guys, having deep sports conversations or having nonsense, funny conversations, I didn't know if we'd be having those every morning. And then you guys taking the opportunity to have me come on, just a couple of times, and then to do the social media thing, which has been really fun.
We've seen an impact. So thank you so much for
absolutely. It's been awesome.
Fun game last night that lived up to the hype. That game was everything that we hoped it would be and thought it would be. I mean, short of free throws. Free throws were Hawks sucked all game. Iowa State sucked when they needed it most. And outside of free throws, that game lived up to the hype. Iowa State, is, first of all, more than Audie Crooks. Much more than just Audie Crooks.
Yes.
But we did say yesterday, offense goes through her. When she's on the court, she's the focal point. She delivered. We said that I said, man, the thing about Caitlin Clark was when the lights got brightest and when the pressure seemed to get the tightest, she delivered. She was, and that last night you delivered. You got what you paid for with Audie last night, and Iowa hung in. I thought the game was over. Man, when was that? About halfway through the third quarter.
Yeah, when Iowa State went on that big run.
Was Iowa State up 17 at one point, I think they said?
Well, because they outscored Iowa 26-13 in that third quarter. And they were hitting everything. They were getting open threes. Like their just plays were working to perfection in that quarter. And then Iowa on the other end started going on that of a drought with the three ball where they just couldn't hit a thing. Like Chit Chat was really good in that first half. McCabe was good from beyond the arc. Other than that, the team itself just really struggled last night. And that's when you really saw it become apparent was that third quarter. And while all that's going on, yeah, you have Audie, who it just seems like she gets to her spot and they're able to lob it over. And you're either going to get a foul on Stolke or you're getting a bucket from Audie Crooks or even both at the same time. Yeah. Like that third quarter, I was the same way where I was sitting there going, oh, is this going to get ugly? I wasn't expecting an ugly game tonight. But then credit to Iowa. The threes aren't falling, and yet they put together a fourth quarter where they win the quarter and make it a game. Make it where it comes down to the free throws.
Yeah. Thought it had a shot. I mean, a couple of times at the end of that game, Iowa has a shot to tie the game in the final. I mean, in fact, there was one possession towards the end there, Justin. Iowa gets the ball with under 30 seconds, shot clock's off, but it's like 27 seconds, and they're down 3. I honestly thought you hold for the last shot there. Am I right that the shot clock was off in that situation? Because I remember thinking like you play for the last shot here, right? But they tried to get a shot up with like 15 seconds, and then that was what started kind of the free throw rally at the end of the game there.
Well, because the announcers brought that up where they were like, most people would hold, try to get a 3 to tie the game. But with how Iowa State had shot free throws, I mean, what was their line last night? Iowa State.
I had the box score up here. Hold on. I can get
here. I got it. 9 of 20 at the free throw line. 9 of 20. Iowa was 6 of 12. So with Iowa State struggling at the free throw line, they're like, you can go get a quick 2, foul, and you can have an opportunity to take the lead. So I didn't hate that, but yeah, most of the time I'm kind of on the same page as you where you're like, man, you're on the road, hold till the final shot and try to take this into overtime.
Yeah. 515-517-2303. If you guys want to chime in on the game last night, phone line is open and I think working. So,
We'll find out when someone
we'll
calls.
find out if somebody wants to give us a call. It again, more than Audie Crooks last night. And I hadn't even looked to see. Addie Brown ended up with 20. Jada Williams had 11. 7 points from the bench from Harrison Williams. Addie Brown's really good also. I mean, again, I'm not news to Iowa State fans, or it shouldn't be news to any of us, I guess. But man, it was fun to see that game live up to the hype last night.
And the players live up to the hype, like you were asking for. I mean, Audie Crooks, 30 points. I wrote it down. 30 points in 36 minutes of action. It's her third straight 30-point game.
Addie Brown Addie Brown had 12 rebounds.
Yeah, her fourth straight double-double. But so that's why I want to talk about Jada Williams, honestly, because we know Audie Crooks is incredible. I just saw a stat this morning where she could become only the second Division I NBA or WNBA player to average a point a minute, because she has like 276 points in 250 some minutes. Average a point a minute. Then she'd be the second one next to Joel Embiid in 2023. Which first I was like, Caitlin Clark's not on that list. But I guess if you're hitting threes, like, yeah, you can put up 30 points. And I don't know how Caitlin Clark's on that list. I was trying to justify it, and I still can't. But I saw that this morning. So we know Audie Crooks is incredible. And then Addie Brown's her Pippin. That's her Robin right there. We can rely on her just as much as Audie in crucial moments. But Jada Williams kind of gets overlooked. Transferred from Arizona and is really, in my opinion, the gel. Because, I mean, Iowa State's had some really good guards over the last 3-4 years throughout Audie Crooks' time. Jada Williams, though, is a guard that brings us attitude and just fits those two style of play so well. I mean, she had 12 assists. She's had, I have it down, 7 games of 8+ assists. She's able to get those players at their best spot on the court. She sees the court well. And that doesn't hurt, too. She has that ability to really drive, to shoot. She had 11 points last night. She had a double-double as well. I just really think she's the glue to Iowa State's success, in my opinion. Just having that, everyone always compares a point guard to the quarterback. And she really has that kind of feel to me, watching this Iowa State team where Audie's the star, no doubt about it. She's the X factor. Addie's your Robin. And then Jada Williams, don't forget about her.
Let's get to Brent. Brent calling in to the Rush. Brent, thanks so much for giving us a phone call here this morning. What do you want to add to the program, sir?
Hey, good morning, guys.
Hey, Brent, what's up, bud?
Good game last night. Not much. Good morning to you guys. And yeah, good game last night. I did a really good job and got the W. I thought the biggest factor of the entire game, though, was not being able to keep Ada Hyden out of foul trouble. She played, 15 minutes the entire game. And so you lost a lot of production in the post there for our side. And, it turned out to be a closer game than it looked like for a while. So that was a big issue. I think she played 5 minutes of the first quarter, then had 2 fouls, then set out the entire first half, and then came in and got her third foul within a minute of the third quarter. Then had 4 fouls. I think they left her on the court, if I'm thinking right.
Yep.
To the game. Left her on for 3 more minutes. Had her 4th foul, in the third quarter, and then fouled out. Right.
Yep. Fouled out with 16 minutes on the scorecard.
Yeah. So what she end up with points and that kind of thing.
She had 8 points. Was 4 of 7 from the field. 2 rebounds, 1 steal, 1 block, and 5 fouls.
Yeah.
Stolke also fouled out,
8 points.
but that was, that last foul was at the end of the game. But her Her
Oh,
having
sure,
4
yeah.
and Hayden being gone affected the end of that game greatly because, again, as much of a machine as Audie Crooks is anyway, you had to kind of get out of her way. And
You just had to put your hands up.
yeah, and that's not enough.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah, you knew Audie's a great player. She's going to get her 30 points. So I think that was already kind of in the book. You kind of pencil that in. But, you would expect Hayden, if she's playing more like her 30 minutes, like similar to Audie, she'd probably have 15, 16, 17 points, right? I mean, somewhere in there. So that was I thought that was a huge.
Yeah.
We texted our group before the game. We said, if Hayden's in foul trouble, the game is over. And so we all texted about 5 minutes in when she got her second foul. Said, it's over. Forget it. It's done. We don't really have anybody to replace her.
And even with
go ahead.
that, Brent, that game lived up to the hype. That was a fun game. I mean, the Hawks have.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
It was fine.
Yep.
But you're missing an X factor, right? You're
Big
missing
time.
Your best interior post player. Yeah. So I mean, think about how you have to recalibrate your everything you're trying to do. Because we got good production. We didn't know we were going to get production from Chit Chat. She's come off that concussion and issue that she's had, but she played really well. We got some good guard per play at times. We just didn't have our post presence, so that was a big issue. So that'll be something to look forward for us going forward. Is Hayden going to have foul problems other places too? First time I think this year that she's fouled out or had any kind of foul issue. So we'll have to see against other, like when we play Connecticut and some of the other teams, and, is she going to get, quick fouls like that, those type of things. So I think for Iowa's perspective, that, and I think probably just one more good player off the bench is probably the other thing that we need to see. Maybe if Emily Rodriguez can come back, we'll get another bench score off there. So yeah, that's otherwise good game. Obviously, it's a really good team. They're going to have a great player too as well. So yeah, I think for Iowa's perspective is a good road test. Now you have to figure out what happens when Hayden gets in foul trouble, because this is the first time this has happened this year. So
It's a great take, Brent. What's your thoughts on the men's game tonight?
We'll be close. Lose 20 to 30 points, maybe somewhere in that range. Depends how much we can slow it down. Iowa State's got a fantastic team. They're a national title contender. So I think, I don't think we're ready for prime time. So I'd say somewhere in that 20 to 30 point range of a loss, somewhere in there. That's kind of,
I guess what I'm afraid of, but I shouldn't be afraid of it. Iowa State's fantastic. We just saw what happens with Michigan State when Iowa doesn't play well against one of those top tier teams. Yeah, I think that it could get ugly if Iowa keeps it close. I'll look at it as a moral victory. In a way, the way I saw last night's game. Great take on Hayden getting that early foul trouble. Did you, by the way, hear Coach Jensen's response to that in her post game press conference? She was asked.
I didn't. So yep.
Just, classy response. It wasn't, there was no, and I don't know why we'd expect a coach for the most part. Most of the time, coaches go in and say, you got to fight through that stuff, and you got all of the right responses, I guess, is what I would say.
Yeah, exactly. It's part of the game. It's just that it's an X factor you can't predict, right?
Yep.
You get a player. We'll flip it around. Let's say Audie Crooks came into Iowa City and she had 2 fouls in 5 minutes, foul out of the game by the third quarter or start of the fourth quarter. Would they win? Or
It'd be a lot.
Would their odds of winning be better?
It'd be a lot more difficult.
Yeah. She's scoring 15 points instead of 30. That's a big deal. So it's true of anybody's best players. If they're not on the floor, that's really hard, right? You're gonna have to overcome that. That's true of every team, and that's part of sports. That's just a factor. That's why we were clued into Hayden, because we needed her to be on the floor. So once that wasn't going to happen, you knew you were in trouble. So
thanks for the call, Brent, or Paco, or whatever nickname you want to go by today.
Yeah. Talk to you guys later.
Bye, buddy.
I like how we brought up the bench play too from Iowa, because this Iowa team is really good. If you're a Hawkeye fan, you don't feel too worried about your team after that loss at all, especially the way they bounced back in that fourth quarter.
And I think that for the most part, the response is what Brent did there. It's a tip of the cap to Iowa State.
Yeah.
Iowa State's a really, really good basketball team. And by the way, Coach Fenley's a really easy guy to root for. So,
but I like how he brought up, if this team does want to start winning these games, if you're going to compete, that bench. I mean, the bench last night only had 9 points.
Was it 9? I thought it was 7.
Or
Did I have
7.
it wrong?
Yeah, 7.
Was it 7
No.
points?
Yeah,
Okay.
7. I had it wrong. 7 points.
Typical.
I can leave. I could leave right now.
Hey, it actually turns out I may need you tomorrow.
Turns out maybe you need to be a little nicer.
Travis sent me a text. Are you on this text
he put
as
in
well?
the group
Okay,
chat.
okay.
Yeah.
It says, fucked up start to the day. Flight canceled in Florence. Bus to Bologna. Bus to another town. Trying to get to Munich, where we have 30 minutes to make a flight. And then he put another F word.
That is so stressful.
It's 6:15 in the morning, and he's cussing like a sailor.
Well, over there, isn't it like 1?
Oh, that's right. It's drunk Travis. It's drunk afternoon Travis. I'll tell you about me screwing up the time difference the other day. So it says, may need you to do the show tomorrow if I don't get home. So
Let me check my schedule here
be
real
ready.
quick.
Be ready in the bullpen, kiddo.
I can fit you in anywhere from 5 a.m. to midnight, it seems. So tight window.
Block me off some time
Call my secretary.
in there if you can. He is the walking epitome of that Louis C.K. bit. Have you ever seen the Louis? Because every time Travis travels, there's a disaster. There's something every time he travels. And then when you talk to him about it, it's the world's worst experience. Have you ever seen the Louis C.K. bit about this?
I
Where he's
don't
like-
know. I know a
he's like-
lot of Louis C.K.
he
This
says,
one isn't hitting a.
Everything is wonderful and nobody's happy about it. Have you talked to somebody who's traveled lately? They go, oh, not going to believe it. We got to the airport and we had to wait 30 minutes on the tarmac. And then when we finally got in the air, the flight was awful. We had all this turbulence. We landed. They lost my luggage. And he says, I want to say to these people, and what happened in between? Did you partake in the miracle of human flight? Did you non-contributing zero? 1,000 years ago to New York, that took you 30 years and half your people died. Several women had babies. You were a different group of people when you arrived at your destination than when you started. Eli, I love the kid dearly. Love him dearly. The other day, he's like, hey, Dad, can I put one of those? I live in an old house. He said, can I put one of those space heater things in my bedroom? And I'm like, is it cold in there? Furnace has been keeping up great. House is warm.
Mm-hmm.
No, I want to, he wants to crank it up in there. Right? So he goes in and he cranks up his room is like 75.
That sounds like me.
Dude, wimps. And I want to go in and say to him, like shake him and go, for thousands of years, your ancestors just bared the cold. And 66 isn't warm enough for you?
Hey, I honestly thought it was because he's like a wrestler now. And he was like, I got to crank this up, cut weight, sweat it out. Me, I am a wuss where it gets to like 62 in the house. And I'm like Leonardo DiCaprio from The Revenant. Or I'm like all shaking. I'm crawling to the bed.
That's good.
That's a very good movie.
Yeah.
Very good movie.
Eli's going through it right now, Justin. He's going. He's not. I'm not the only one in the house who's having the mental hurdles thrown at him right now. Okay?
Really?
Yeah, man. And he had kind of a rude awakening this weekend in Newton. He went over and had a varsity wrestling tournament. Now, Eli, as a freshman last year, got a win in his districts in wrestling, which is a huge accomplishment. A huge accomplishment. In my mind, that's amazing.
Yeah.
So this year he had some high hopes for his year and got started on Saturday with a varsity tournament in Newton. He went 1-5 and got pinned all 5 times. Got a win, which again, proud of him for being there, proud of him for being able to, but it was he had a little bit of a mental willy this weekend. He got out of there and he called me and he's like, I ain't built for this. I said, no, not yet. Not today, but you got to work at it. And,
if
like
you have
all
that
things,
mindset of like, that's out of my league, I honestly always take that as like, then you're in the right spot because then you can work towards it.
Exactly
if you go
what we
in
talked
so
about. Yeah.
cocky and like, oh,
Yeah.
I'm better than this.
And I think all of
That
his coaches
concerns
seem
me
to have
more.
that response, and everybody that he's talked to has kind of said that same thing to him. So that's been, but we all remember that moment where you're like, oh, there's levels to this shit. Oh, and I ain't on that level. Those moments came very early for me. Very early for me. I was kind of humbled at about 11, 12 when everybody was way bigger. And I was like, maybe I can talk about the game. Maybe that'll be my thing.
I had moments is like basketball. It took me until high school to be like, yeah, I'm not going to be playing at Drake. But it was pretty quick for me to find out that like I wasn't going to be on the Seattle Seahawks.
Yeah.
Because I remember being in 4th grade and getting knocked out where like, because I was a tight end, starting tight end for the Green Bay Packers, 4th grade. Pretty incredible.
Not the Green Bay Packers. The Altoona Packers.
I was just running a like typical slant pattern over the middle. And I remember seeing the ball and like coming towards my hands. And I look forward and all of a sudden there's a face mask. And the next thing I remember is waking up like kind of on the sideline of a game. And like, I don't remember, like before that,
This
had
is the
already
good old
moments.
days. This would have been like 2010, I mean.
Yeah.
2012. Yeah,
It
the
was
good old
probably
days. And
like
they probably
10.
just grabbed you by your ankle and drug you off the field. Wish we had a video of that.
Well,
if anybody has video of that, send that to Ross at the
I
Rush
was
Radio.
already done at that point. Like, I don't want to do football. 'Cause now, and my dad even tells the story of like, he was watching the practice and he's like, oh, please don't cry. Don't cry, Justin. And I didn't, but I got laid. I got destroyed. I got laid out. It was awful. The kid was, again, like we were talking this morning, just one of those kids that looked 80. And I'm like 8. Just absolutely destroyed me. It was bad.
I just heard a story that my brother had a friend who was a really good football player. His name was Jeff Mislin. And Jeff's son actually plays for the Grandview Vikings right now. But Jeff was an offensive lineman. And I just heard this story the other day that the reason he always played offensive line and never played defense was because when they were little kids, he tackled a friend and broke his leg.
Oh.
And so he's like, I don't want to do that anymore.
That would do it. I mean, I've never hurt a player. I've never actually really
I've
seen
never hurt somebody in my life.
Like
When I used to punch my brother, he'd laugh at me.
Same.
Did you ever go to punch Cam and decide halfway through the punch you didn't want to hit him and literally pull a punch? I did that one time.
No. We didn't. Cam and I, we didn't like get in fist fights. It was more just yelling. Like we would yell at each other growing up. Yeah, we were more vocal. Now we just verbally abuse each other, but we're on the same level, so it works out.
I'm one of those lucky kids whose big brother beat the shit out of him every day.
Well, I was gonna say it wasn't like I didn't. I remember, like, my brother was in. I think it was at my grandma's. Had like one of those lazy boys, like recliner chairs, and I was playing with my toys or something underneath the recliner. And my brother's like, dude, you're annoying me. Can you go do that somewhere else? I'm like, I'm fine. So I'm annoying him. And to shut me up, he just took the recliner and went pop and like knocked my head. So like I got the shit beat out of me too.
That was your getting the...
I mean, we didn't fist fight. That was the closest thing I had the shit being out of me was an ottoman hitting my head.
Yeah, me too. 515-517-2303. He used to just punish me, right? And then till the point you can't fight back.
You're just sitting there.
Things I remember. One I remember is the typewriter. You ever seen you're even old enough to know what a typewriter is?
Yeah, I actually I've always wanted to get a typewriter.
I hate having to ask you these questions. I hate it. So it's a typewriter. You thump on the keys, right?
Yeah.
You thump on the keys and the little hammers go up and type the letters for you. And then when you got to the end of the page, you had to hit, when you got to the end of the page, in order to go back to start a new sentence, you had to smack this little lever thing on the side and it would zing back, right? So Brad would get into what we now know to be known as the full mount. At the time, we just called it your brother sitting on your chest.
The full mount.
And he would thump my forehead. Just thump my forehead. And I'm screaming and squealing and fighting. And then what happens when he gets to the end of the page, Justin?
He's got to move the lever.
Ow. Just keep typing. Just keep typing.
No,
the joys. The joys.
Never got Your Words Not Mine full mounted by my brother.
See, again, at the time it was just having you were just getting shit kicked out of you. You just got to fight back. You just got to be tougher. Right? And that's what it was. It wasn't, we didn't know. And then UFC came around and I was like, oh, there's names for this stuff.
Have you seen a typewriter move in a UFC?
Right?
That'd be crazy.
My favorite move, because Brad, he was so much bigger and he would be like, you can put me in any move and then say start. And the only move that I can remember that actually made him like, again, if I got him to kind of squeal a little, I knew I was doing something right. If I could get him in a full Nelson and then dig my chin bone into his spine, and like as hard as I could, that was the only time he'd be like, my God hurts. I was like, go. And I'd lose. And he'd flip me over and be in the typewriter in 45 seconds.
Yeah, I didn't have any of that. We just verbally abused each other.
I thought more of Cam. I really did. I thought more of him. Lost a little respect for that relationship today. We do talk a lot about winning. Talked a lot about Iowa State winning there. Going to talk about Iowa and Iowa State tipping off tonight. 7 o'clock, I believe, is the game on FS1 tonight. So that going to talk a lot about winning, and that's what we do, and nobody wins like Willis Automotive. From luxury to everyday dependability, Willis has the ride that fits your lifestyle. So stop by Willis in Des Moines and experience the Willis way. Exceptional service, unmatched selection, and people who truly care. Lots of stuff on the docket today, but we can take your phone calls as well at 517-2303. Justin's hanging out with us maybe today and tomorrow. Depends on how many F words we get text at us as the morning goes along here. It's The Rush, TheRushRadio.com, powered by Willis Automotive.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with a chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
'Tis the season to share great taste. Grab a refreshing Coca-Cola and make every moment a celebration. Locally made, nationally loved, Coca-Cola is the real deal when it comes to holiday cheer. Whether you're kicking back after the game or hosting the crew, nothing hits like that crisp, fizzy taste. Make this season yours. Grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola today.
With over 260 beers on tap, El Bait Shop isn't just another craft beer bar. It's the best. Beer lovers know. El Bait Shop, 200 Southwest 2nd, Des Moines.
There's a new spin on casual dining near Drake University. Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers. Craveable faves, flatbreads, delicious burgers, frozen cocktails, and a crazy cool vibe. Get to Lucky Horse Beer and Burgers today.
Get ready, Des Moines. College basketball is heating up at Casey Center. On December 20th, the Iowa Hawkeyes take on the Bucknell Bison in a non-conference showdown you won't want to miss. Presented by Casey's. Feel the action. Hear the roar. Be there as the new look Hawkeyes bring the intensity to the capital city. Tickets are going fast. Grab yours now at HighVTix.com and be part of the excitement on December 20th. Iowa versus Bucknell, presented by Casey's. December 20th, only at Casey Center. Be there.
My name's Gary Prosnell, and I'm a residential home mortgage banker for Northwest Bank in Des Moines Metro Market. I've been financing people's homes for over 25 years, and I'm an expert in financing VA loans, FHA loans, IFA loans, and new construction homes. This is my cat Norm. Norm knows football, but he doesn't know mortgage, and that's where I come in. There are a lot of Tom, Dick, and Norms out there doing loans. So don't just trust anyone with your home loan. I'm your local, trusted, experienced expert.
Loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at nw.bank. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Brendan Santone here at Willis Cadillac, wanting to wish you a happy holiday. Over here at the Clive store, we have great incentives on all kinds of different vehicles. There are quite a few that are over the 6,000 pound mark for all you business owners, as well as 2.9% financing up to 60 months on several models. Great lease deals, and like I said, good selection on quite a few different models. Stop over and see us or online at williscadillac.com.
Hey, it's Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. This holiday season, give the gift of sparkle that lasts a lifetime. From our latest designs to timeless favorites, there's something for everyone on your list. Already have a Fiscus diamond? Bring it in and trade up with our 100% trade up program. It's the perfect way to shine a little brighter this year. And if you're dreaming up something custom, get your design started by December 1st for Christmas delivery. Let's make this season magical together. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
Looking for the perfect golf escape? Experience links-style golf right here in Ames at Coldwater Golf Links. With rolling fairways, large greens, and unique routing, it's golf the way it's meant to be played. Whether you're a seasoned pro or just starting out, you'll love our course's welcoming atmosphere and friendly staff. Grab your clubs, book a tee time, and make every round unforgettable. Coldwater Golf Links, where great golf leads to great memories. Visit coldwatergolf.com to book your round today.
Back to the rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Justin, did you know bats hibernate in Iowa?
I learned this from watching your show. Thanks to Bats and Bugs.
You for doing that. Thanks to Corey at Bats and Bugs for keeping us up to speed on all the latest bat information. He's the bat expert. Doesn't mean they disappear, though. Okay, so even during hibernation, bats still shift around to the walls or attics, creating noise, occasionally finding their way into your living space. So get a hold of Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today. Tell them that you're a Rush listener. You get 10% off any pest or wildlife service. Great way to save before those pests settle in. So protect your home, save some money, and keep the critters where they belong, outside. You've not had any bat situations. You're still apartment living. So you don't have...
My mom lives, though, out in the country, and we never had bats inside her old 1800s house. But if we had bonfires, we had this one, light pole by her barn, and you'd be able to take your sandals, and you'd throw them up in the air, and you'd see the bats dive bomb at the sandals.
That's
It was actually kind of cool.
I've heard
But
of people where
it.
they've got, they live out in the country where they will basically, the bats are predictable and will like all fly out and fly in around the same time, and they enjoy watching that. I couldn't do what Corey does. We've said this many times.
No.
Like we used to joke about the squirrel in a phone booth, and there's not a critter. I'm good with spiders. I can kill a spider. Snakes scare me at first, and then I want to get away from. You know what I mean?
Is it Owen who is afraid of mice? Trav was mentioning.
That makes sense.
I'm very afraid of mice.
You're very afraid of mice? I mean, they're gross. They're gross, and you go. Ew.
Yeah, they're supposed to be outside. If they're in my house, I don't like it.
I totally get that. Totally get that. I had one time, and I apologize if I don't know if I've told this story. My neighbor comes across the street, and she's like, "Hey, I got a bat in the house. My teenage son is kind of a shithead. He's not here to help out. Can you come over and help me out? There's a bat in the house." This is probably 15 years ago, okay? Didn't know Corey. Would have instantly been like, "Oh, call Corey." So I'm like, "We'll get this thing, Marky. We got it. We can get this bat out." And she's like, it's hanging from the frame on my front door. Ooh. And her house is built just like mine, so I know exactly where I'm like, tactical, thinking about it. Okay. All right, here's what we're going to do. We're going to go over to Chuck's house. Chuck's got the fishing boat. We're going to get Chuck's fishing net. We're going to get the fishing net. Smart, right? Smart. Chuck's garage is locked. Can't get into Chuck's garage. Okay. Next plan. We're going to get a pan. Because it's right by the front door, you said, right? So what we can do is I'm going to walk in with this pan. I'll put it over the top of the bat. You open the front door. I'll throw the pan outside. Bat's outside. We're good to go. Okay. So here's my plan. I got this thing. I got this pan. We walk in the back door. I'm walking towards this bat, Justin. I'm like 5-10 feet away from it. And I realize it's got a piece of masking tape on it. It's a plastic bat that her son had taped up on the door.
Did you still play it through so you could be a hero where you're like, "Oh, geez, this is a hard one." I've dealt with many bats, but none like this.
I went over it and I just grabbed it off the wall and I kind of like tossed it in the pan. I go, "I got it." And she's like, "What?" I mean, when I went to grab it, she kind of like shrieked. Like, "What are you doing?" I said, "Son's messing with you." She's like, "He's a..."
Oh, you should have gone all like Steve Irwin.
I did.
Like,
So
get
I
back.
I do remember when Chuck, because I had called Chuck and said, "Hey, trying to help out Marky with a bat situation." Chuck worked at overnights at Firestone at the time, so he was gone, or worked late shift or whatever it was. He wasn't there. So, but I left him this message. Said, "Hey, trying to help out Marky with a bat. Trying to get in the garage. Let me know if you can help out. What you're on. If you got a plan. You were in the military. You're more of a man than me. You go do it." Is what I was trying to do. So when Chuck got off, he called me and he's like, "Hey, whatever happened with that bat situation?" I said, "Oh, I took care of it." He's like, "What do you mean? What do you mean you took care of it? What'd you do?" I said, "I went in there and ripped that son of a bitch off the wall." "What do you mean?" You can see Chuck like, "No, you didn't."
He saw through it.
He knows me. He said, "You did what?" And I said, "No, it was taped to the wall. Son was messing with her." But it made me feel better. And Corey, that's if Corey is listening this morning, because he just sent me pictures of something that he found here. Found this yesterday in someone's attic. Oh my gosh, it's piles of bat. What do they call? What's Ace Ventura call the bat poop? Guana. It's,
oh yeah.
Oh my god.
I just remember bumblebee tuna. Bumblebee tuna. That's terrifying.
Oh, so if you've got bats, critters, anything, there you go. There's a 10 minutes for Corey at Bats and Bugs.
I still
He'll come take care of all of it for you.
I know you said you felt good about,
dude,
telling the friend that you ripped it off. I'm telling you, imagine how you would have felt if you went full crocodile hunter with the thing, threw it on the ground, trying to wrestle it.
Acted like it was trying to fly me away. I'm glad there are people that are built different, dude. I'm glad. I'm so glad that there are people that can cut into other human beings. I'm so glad that there are people that can be like, "Oh, you have bats? I'll go in there." Because my reaction back, you said there's bats in there?
Wimp. I couldn't. Such a wimp. I get nervous around wasps. If there was like a wasp nest at the front door, no, I'm done.
Do you think that Corey, like when a moth flies by, you know how we all kind of do that thing of like, oh, just a moth. Do you think he's got that in him? Or like you run into a spider web, you're walking along, you hit a spider web, and it feels like you got hit by a sniper. You're like, God.
Like he's desensitized.
He's desensitized to it all.
Yeah. I feel like there's still moments, I'm sure for him, that are like, oh, this is crazy. But those crazy moments for him are life ending for guys like you and me.
I was in an attic with a raccoon.
We're like, oh, speaking of Leonardo DiCaprio from The Revenant, that raccoon would be like the grizzly bear to me. I'm getting flung around, getting just absolutely attacked.
You and me both, brother. Not laughing at you, laughing with you. I promise you on that. We got a little bit of preview. I promised this whole segment was going to be about the men's basketball game tonight. If we could do it and take your phone calls at 515-517-2303. We kind of talked a little bit about it yesterday too, Justin. So I don't want to necessarily, beat a dead horse or be a broken record here, but Iowa State is a premier basketball team. In college basketball every year, you get a section of teams, and sometimes it's 4, sometimes it's 7 or 9. There is this tier that breaks off in college basketball. Sometimes early in December, usually January, February is when you really start to separate the wheat from the chaff. And Iowa State early on here is positioning themselves to be in that level. Michigan State will be around that level also. And I think that's the best and only comparison that most of us Hawkeye fans are making right now is we're dumb enough to maybe get our hopes up for a moment heading to East Lansing and thinking, all right, this is a different Hawkeye basketball team. And they are. And listen, they're better than I thought they were going to be. And they're better, and that is that's reflected in the fact that they're basically the first team outside of the top 25 receiving votes. That national pundits look at this team and see them as a nationally relevant basketball team. But man, there's levels. And Iowa State's at that top level right now. And Iowa is not. And we've seen that. So I do have this, I do have a little bit of not fear is the wrong word, but I think that's, from a fan's perspective, what the right terminology is that you do have this fear tonight that it could get ugly. Iowa State's fantastic. And Bennett Sturts has to play a tempo game. If he can control the tempo, if he can control that offense for 40 minutes, by the way, this is one of those games. This could be like it felt like last night's game was going to be for a moment. This could be one of those games that's a 2 or 3 point game at halftime and a 33-point game at the end of the game. And one of my other favorite lines here is you can run out of talent going down the backstretch, and that happens sometimes where a team is really good, can hold their own. Bennett Sturts can control the tempo for the first half. And then the athleticism and the talent of a much better basketball team takes over. Iowa State just did it to Purdue.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
that exact thing.
All the momentum is on Iowa State's side. We talk about Ben McCollum's system, especially defensively, just how he has this defensive mindset that we are going to make you work for every shot. We're going to be physically demanding on defense. Iowa State's the same way. Otzelberger's the same mindset. Iowa State also has so many guys that can just punish you. Yeah. And so, in the first half, if Sturtz is hitting shots, if anyone's hitting shots, but then all of a sudden in the second half, you're seeing them coming up short, you're like, man, what's going on? That's probably just a physical exhaustion from the defense that Iowa State has. I think that's what Iowa wants to do, and we have seen them be able to do, and we've seen McCollum over his years of winning be able to coach teams to it. It's just Iowa State's, like you've said, on that different level. In Iowa, you have Sturtz, who can put up 20 points, play every minute of the game, but you need someone else. You need someone that he can rely on to lessen the weight on his shoulders.
Do you know what the spread is for tonight?
What is it? I don't know.
Take a guess. What if you had to place the line, what would you put it at?
15
12 and a half. 12 and a half right now. So you're within the givable range there.
Because I know the listener said, thinking it's going to be a 30 to 20 point blowout. It just, I don't know. That seems way too big. I think it could get ugly, but even ugly fear. Is like 50.
I think that's just Hawkeye fans being cautious, putting on that proverbial nut cup. You know what I mean? And saying, we could lose this game by 30 tonight. Iowa State's that good.
And that's all very capable. Like, I wouldn't be shocked if I saw a 30-point win, but I think a 30-point Iowa State win would actually cause. How much did they lose to Michigan State by? Do you remember?
20. I'll look it up. 20 something.
Okay, because even in my head, I didn't even feel like it was 20. I know it was a big win.
It was 19. Win. It was 19.
Oh, it's still.
Okay.
Still.
I thought it was 28.
But
again, it's like the Iowa State field goal. The further away I get from it, the farther that field goal is. Later in the game,
it's just Iowa right now. We've mentioned it time and time again. It's Sturtz or nothing. And for Iowa State, there's so many levels they can beat you on. Inside, outside. Momchilovich, Jefferson, Lipsy, Torrey, the freshman, even could go off. There's just so many levels to that Iowa State team.
Did you see, speaking of Iowa State, did you see the Matt Campbell letter to the fans that was published in the Register initially yesterday? But I mean, and no knock on the Register, but I saw it on X, and that was where I watched it.
That's where I saw it too.
Yeah. So, any thoughts on that?
I mean, I think it's just reiterating what we already knew about Matt, where, you don't pass up NFL jobs and you don't stick at this place for 10 years and it not mean something. Yeah. This day and age in sports where loyalty isn't a commonality, I guess is the word I'm looking for. Like, you don't see it. You don't see it around. It's all very one and dones, transfer portal, coaches, same way. But he was there for 10 years. Totally changed the face of the program.
Raised his family there.
Yeah. So it was really cool to read because some of those coaching letters to the fans, letters to the programs, don't they sometimes come off like the coach sat there and went, write me a letter to the fan base on ChatGPT. Some of them come off where you're like, this feels so.
They feel like the when the commitment decommits, right? And it's with that being said.
Yeah.
Some of them do come across that way. I really liked the Matt Campbell one. I didn't get to know Matt Campbell. I got to sit with him a few times and chat with him for minutes at a time. Mm-hmm. I really liked Matt. I really do. And I like Matt. He's not dead. He's
Yeah,
not dead. I don't think I saw somebody. I don't think that you're going to have a lot of people necessarily rooting for Penn State now. I don't think you turned a lot. And I'm not saying Cyclone fans turn to being, to being Nittany Lion fans. What I mean is, remember Harrison Barnes, remember the McDermotts, remember, when coaches leave, your passion for them quickly fades away. The hat thing to me, as we talked about, was silly. I mean, I saw that and I'm like,
every program does it.
Who was the program that did the thing, Justin, where the coach sat down? What coach was it that retired that they did that big production of him sitting down
Auburn.
in the dark office?
It was Bruce Pearl because his son.
That's what it was. Yeah. It was
And he's
Bruce
like, "Here
Pearl,
you
the
go,
basketball
son."
coach. Right.
Dumb.
Sat down, started writing the actual letter. Then looked up. I thought that listen, the buying that and the things that he wrote in there, in the limited space that you have, he did a really good job of kind of telling that exact story that you allude to there. The 10 years means something. That 10 years, it wasn't a lie. He came to Ames and looked at Jamie Pollard, and Jamie Pollard told him the vision of what he wanted to do, what his hopes and dreams were for Iowa State football. And then the two of them got to both see that thing happen very early on in this season. I mean, it's been going, the rumors have been around for a long time, obviously.
Yeah, because Michigan has an opening hour. I saw people tweeting, "Hey, Matt Campbell on the list of."
Yeah, I think I saw an account that was like Jimmy Rogers on the short list for Michigan to be. I saw a tweet last night or this morning that said, Michigan's final three are Matt Campbell, Jimmy Rogers, and TJ Otzelberger.
Iowa State fans are like, I'm shutting off this app forever. You mentioned the Iowa State fans, not turning and becoming Penn State fans. But I think from a personal level, I've watched the most Indiana basketball I think I ever have
Really?
since
Okay.
and I'm not an Indiana fan. I don't really care about the outcome, but I notice when I play Kentucky this week, I'm like, oh, I want to make sure I'm sitting down watching that game.
Because of your connection relationship
Because
with
of
DeVries.
the DeVries connections. Connor Enright's on that team. I did the same thing with West Virginia last year until Tucker got hurt. But I was very much
Interesting. Okay.
Yeah, it was the first time I've had that happen too.
I shouldn't project my fandom onto everybody else because I'd out of sight, out of mind for me.
To your point, though,
Dude, I forgot that those kids those kids were playing for Creighton, that Freeman and Dix.
Yeah,
I'm telling you, when I say out of sight, out of mind, I mean it. I don't.
And I'm usually that way. A coach leaves my team, I'm like, whatever. The Indiana one, for some reason, was different. I feel like maybe, and now I'm projecting my fandom onto Cyclone fans, but maybe they're the same way, where it's I don't really care about the outcome.
But you will follow, but there's an interest there.
There's an interest. Yeah, I've watched the most Indiana basketball probably since the Victor Oladipo, Cody Zeller year. Dude, Oladipo was the man. That team was fun. And then you had Trey Burke, Hardaway in Michigan as well. Aaron Kraft at Ohio. The Big Ten in 2010 to 14 was legit. Still is very good, but
Aaron Kraft is the one that everybody hated.
I loved Aaron Kraft. Dude was taking charges. So good on defense. Couldn't hit a three to save himself. Loved that dude.
Yeah, he was universally hated around the Big Ten, I feel like.
Well, because he was part of...
Every now and again, players, guys, everybody hated Christian Laettner, right?
Yeah. I think his hate also grew from, he was the athlete in the photo with Bruce Pearl during the whole Tennessee barbecue incident that got him fired. Okay. He was the athlete out of high school that Bruce Pearl was trying to... So I think some of the hate grew from that. also he has that style of play that would drive you nuts.
If
But I
Sean
liked
Moore
it.
would have only gone to a barbecue.
If
Did you
Sean
see
Moore
the? We'll get to that in the 7 o'clock hour. Bruno coming up at 7:30. Before we get off of the Iowa State stuff entirely, Justin, did you see the offensive coordinator? Jimmy Rogers did announce an offensive coordinator yesterday for Iowa State.
I actually missed this. No.
Okay. Well, look at me. Breaking news. Stand by for news. Tyler Roll named offensive coordinator for the Iowa State Cyclones. So,
All right, break them down for me. What's kind of his system here, Ross?
Offense. He's going to try to score points for the Iowa State football team. He'll be the guy that tries to get the plays that go past the defense and get the ball into the end zone. That'll be his goal.
Interesting strategy. Let's see how it plays out. But I'm one of those sit and wait kind of guys.
Justin, the truth is you have to wait and see. I'm not saying like style of play and where he's from and all that stuff. I mean, how good of a hire is it? How good of a fit is he? Can he recruit kids to Iowa State? Can he win football games? That's the bottom line. All the other stuff is the building blocks to get to the goal that you have to get to. You got to be able to ring the bell at the top that says we scored enough points to win football games. And as we saw with Brian Ferentz, not even score enough points to win football games, score enough points to keep the people happy.
I guess he was the running backs coach 2 years ago, so he's coming back to Ames.
Yep.
And so I think
it does seem, Justin, like, Jimmy Rogers obviously really did want to be the Iowa State football coach, had kind of, from the reports, had talked to Jamie Pollard ahead of time and said, this job ever opens up, this is where I want to be. And it does seem like he's bringing in guys that have that same sort of mindset. I think that's an important part of building things at Iowa State. We love our own. We love our own. And when you've got somebody that says, man, I bleed this cardinal and gold thing, I'm in it. I'm a loyal son forever. That's when you get the fan base to grit their teeth again and go, sweet, we got the right man. And if you can, and I think building a team of coaches that have that same sort of mindset is an important thing. Now, Paul Rhodes was that. And
the
that
wins
didn't
have
work
to
out.
follow.
It was just that was a different time. The wins have, that's why I say wait and see.
Mm-hmm.
Anybody that runs out and this is why this is a great hire, this is why this is an awful hire. We were talking about John Walters the other day and that thing that happened with John when Fred Hoiberg was announced as the coach.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the guys on the radio saying, this is awful. This is an awful hire. Doing his job as a reactor, doing his job as a radio talk show host, giving his opinion. Wait and see. Anybody that tells you they know how good or bad this regime is going to do is making it up.
The game has been helping me out here since I can't believe I missed this. I was on Twitter. I'm on Twitter way too much already. I can't believe I didn't see this news. But
I've really done good about checking out on social media.
It's been getting worse and worse. It's bad. But so he was the Lions tight end coach last year or in the fall. But I think the game nailed it here with saying that hopefully his hire can keep some of the offensive talent, Beck, Bramer, Hansen, Sama. And that is what I believe everyone's going to be most excited for, maybe not the right word, but what everybody's going to be having their eye on is keeping the players in the transfer portal and just who he's able to bring in recruiting-wise, more than any sort of talk on like his offensive system or scheme.
Yeah, exactly. And what was it? Who was that again? I'm so sorry,
The game.
Justin.
The game 24-37.
And thank you, game recognized game. It is a twofold thing. In the immediate, you're right. Hold on to that amazing offensive talent that not only can play in the Big 12, and you know that, but there's a familiarity with the fan base.
Yeah,
that will help a lot. If Rocco Becht can come out and tell everybody how great the new coaching staff is, that'll win. Then it's another layer on the cake, right? Second part is the recruiting. And really the much more important part. In the immediate, it's hold on to that talent that's on campus and wearing the uniform. The long term is being able to recruit. Man, I should have saved this for on the backside of the break. We can continue if you want. Your phone calls, 515-517-2303. It is the gift-giving season, and give the gift that keeps on winning this holiday season. Justin, say no to traditional basic holiday gift giving and give the gift. I used to do this for a living. That keeps on winning. New holiday scratch tickets for the season are Holiday Gold, Holiday Bright, Marion Bright, Holiday 10X, Merry Money, Peppermint Crossword, and Chillin' with the Nomies.
Your favorite.
Holiday tickets make great stocking stuffers, and you could win instant prizes ranging from $500 to $250,000. Don't forget to sign up to be an Iowa Lottery VIP. It's very easy. Just check out iowalottery.com/VIP for all the details. When we get back, more conversations, your phone calls. Bruno will join us at 7:30. It's The Rush on therushradio.com.
The Rush Radio is now on the free TuneIn app, allowing you to enjoy the show on Apple products and Android Auto. Download the free TuneIn app and search The Rush Radio to take Travis and Ross wherever you go.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with the chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season.
Woohoo!
Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
Your house wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pests the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vents, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
There's more Iowa in the Iowa Tap Room than you may realize. Housed in a building nearly as old as Iowa itself, the Iowa Tap Room greets you with a harvest of 120 Iowa craft beers on tap from all corners of the state. And the food doesn't get much more Iowa than this. The Iowa Tap Room, all Iowa beer, one amazing place.
There's always something new at Fong's Pizza and an ever-changing menu of tiki drinks. Or try our new noodle dishes alongside your favorite slice. It's all happening at the new Fong's in the East Village.
Thinking about buying a home? Get pre-approved in 30 minutes with Gary Presnell at Northwest Bank in Des Moines. Gary offers first-time home buyers programs, VA, FHA, IFA, and conventional loans. Call Gary at 515-975-6767 or find his profile at NW Equal Housing Lender.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know. High-quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig Plantation Rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah. Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquor is home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the Wooden Nickel program.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Cheaper, cleaner, and homegrown. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
This time of year, the roads we travel mean more than ever. They bring us closer to family, to friends, to moments that truly matter. At Willis Chevrolet, we're grateful for every journey you've taken with us. Thank you for trusting us to help you get there. Your loyalty, your stories, your smile, that's what drives us every day to do the best job possible. For the month of December, mention to your service advisor, Adam or Randall, that you've seen this ad and you get off any service of your choice. Happy holidays from Willis Chevrolet. Here's to safe travels, warm memories, and the road ahead.
For the holidays, bring real taste to the table with Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea. Made with real tea leaves and real cane sugar, Gold Peak delivers a golden, brewed for taste flavor that makes every moment more meaningful. Whether you're gathering with family or friends, celebrate the moments that matter the most, because real connections deserve real refreshment. For your upcoming holiday celebrations, choose Gold Peak Tea and bring real taste to the table.
Like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross aren't contagious. They are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
Welcome back to The Rush here on therushradio.com, powered by Willis Automotive. Ross Peterson and Justin Miller with you. Pump it up with Unleaded 88, grown by corn farmers right here in the state of Iowa. So pump it up with Unleaded 88. Go to iowacorn.org to learn more. About 20 minutes or so before Bruno joins us. Sorry, we're running, again, I'm not paying attention to the clock. Just having conversations here, folks, okay? So if you run your day by us, first of all, get your life together. Second of all, we are a few minutes behind, about 8 minutes past 7 o'clock now, as we fire up this 7 o'clock hour. So be a little bit of an abbreviated segment. Justin, was there anything before I kind of hijack everything and take over? Anything else that you wanted to add about offensive coordinator at Iowa State? Anything you wanted to share? Could we spend a lot of that 6 o'clock hour for folks that are just joining us, breaking down the women's game last night, a little bit of time previewing the men's game for tonight, 7 o'clock tip-off on Fox Sports 1 between Iowa and Iowa State. Predicted to be a 15-point game by Vegas lines. By Hawkeye fans, 30 points. 30 points is what they're preparing for. Anything you wanted to share there before I kind of we divert?
No, just a huge shout out. The game, his real name is Corey. He put it in the chat, so a huge thank you to Corey.
Yeah.
So
thanks for being a part of the family, Corey. Means a lot. All right, Sharon Moore. Did you, the story broke yesterday that Michigan going to be firing their head football coach with cause. Shortly after that news came out, it released that he had been basically taken into custody for an inappropriate relationship with a staff member. Now, don't know much more about this situation than that. I didn't kind of continue to follow to see as information was breaking from it. But that was some big sports news yesterday.
Yeah, I was looking this morning trying to see if there's anything that came out because, yeah, the first notification I got from is either ESPN, CBS, said Sharon Moore fired for inappropriate behavior with staffer, detained by police shortly after. And still, I haven't seen anything. I know I've seen some things on like Twitter and people mentioned there was a possible like break-in house. But again, I haven't seen anything confirmed. Anything by like Pete Thamel on ESPN, anything from CBS. But just a really ugly situation for Michigan.
Yeah. In all cases, I mean, in all ways, awful. The human side of it is the first thing that is so awful. The football side of this is strange as well because we have talked about this. There's a lot of coaching carousel happening, and for this job to be open right now changes the dynamic of things quite a bit. And yeah, this will be one that'll be interesting to follow. Kind of like, I mean, this is one of those wait and sees. And obviously, if Michigan is moving forward the way that they have, I don't anticipate that the details of this are going to be, a he said, she said type of thing. Imagine as stuff gets leaked and we're able to confirm things, this is going to be gross. So
yeah, because I've seen in the comment section, people mentioning like he got the staffer pregnant. I've seen that on Twitter too. Still yet though, anything confirmed. So it'll be interesting. I mean, it's just, again, it's easy. Like as an Ohio State guy, you could poke fun at Michigan's struggles right now, but it's just been a weird last like 2-3 years with the Stallions thing, with Harbaugh, with now this. Like it feels like a really shaky position at Michigan. So my long-formed way to get around to this question is does that change anything for the new person stepping in? Does this weird set of years change anything, or is it like, no, that's all completely Harbaugh and all that? That's all its own thing.
I mean, my first instinct is the expectations are different. The bar for success is now much lower. And I'm not trying to be, this is we kind of joke about how UAB football and Baylor basketball at one point, like when you have to start the team meetings by saying, hey guys, let's not kill each other. The bar for success is real low. So the next coach that comes in,
don't get caught in a scandal.
Can you get us through these next couple of years? Can you get people to forget about it? Because we do. We move on very quickly. And so the next you just got to have something really safe. And that has to be the message to that new coach is you got to keep this thing out of the ditch for a while, man. And it doesn't even have to be 5 years. Honestly, I'm not kidding you. Will people still remember it? And will people will fans do the fan thing? People don't forget about Penn State, right?
No.
How quickly did the fans move on from it? Very quickly.
Pretty quick.
Yeah, very quickly. You just got to get somebody there that keeps you out of the headlines for a period of time. And again, like you're talking about, some of this stuff isn't even, the Harbaugh thing, for instance, it's not like that's some sort of black eye on the university.
On a championship, speaking of being able to move on. If they didn't win a championship, I think people see that differently.
Yeah, I think they would look, again, not necessarily. Yeah, I completely agree with you. The championship winning cures all and changes all. And that's a great example of that when
he got high. Right. Or sorry, because I saw this comment and I didn't take it this way, but I just want to make sure we're on the same page. When you say expectations for this coach are changing, or the ceiling, you're not meaning in that wins and losses, because at Michigan you are expected, especially if the college football playoff expands to 16 teams, you're expected to be in that.
Yeah.
That hasn't changed. You just mean more like
morally.
Okay.
Morally is where the expectations for that job are a little bit different. I mean, Justin, you talk about premier jobs that are open, and premier coaches that might want to move around or might want. Does Matt Rule get another raise?
And then, do you see any of these coaches? Maybe, I don't see Campbell, of course, leaving Penn State. I don't
that
see.
Would be amazing.
That'd be crazy.
Amazing. What if Shiitake? What if they get the BYU coach?
That's what I was gonna mention. Is there anyone out there that passed up on Penn State? Michigan might have a little more money. Is there anyone out there that they could go out and get? I saw a few lists where people were mentioning the Duke head coach. They're in the NFL. But is there any of those big names that passed up on Penn State Michigan might be able to grab? It'll be interesting.
again, not to always fluff his pillow. This is why I think what Jamie Pollard did over the weekend is the way to do it. Not that when you've got legal stuff involved, not that you can get all your ducks in a row and get a new coach hired and have all that stuff announced as soon as the arrest happens. I don't that, but just this thing of who could it be? What's it going to mean? Who's going to get a raise from it? Who's your first offer going to be to? Who's going to turn you down? How embarrassing is it going to be? John didn't have to do any of that with Iowa. Now, again, Iowa State's on a different level than Michigan and Penn State. But, Justin, did you see the story I sent you about the 14 and under national championship football tournament?
No, I saw the Kelsey one and the FIFA one.
All right. Pennsylvania football team heads down to Florida with this 15 and under, youth football team last weekend. This team out of Pennsylvania called the United Thoroughbreds travels down to Florida to play in this national tournament. And during some of their time off, 8 of the kids go to a Dick's Sporting Goods, and they steal about $2,000 worth of foot and apparel. Here's from MSN.com. A trip to Florida for a national championship turned into a fumble for a youth football team.
Nice.
Good
way to drag the reader.
Philadelphia, a team from Philadelphia this weekend left 8 teenagers in handcuffs and their teammates shorthanded for the big game. Polk County Sheriff's Office arrested 8 members of the United Thoroughbreds, a traveling youth football team, on Saturday morning. The teens ranged in age from 14 to 15, charged with felonies after deputies said they coordinated a scheme to steal more than $2,000 worth of merchandise, $2,200, from a Dick's Sporting Goods in Posner Plaza. According to the arrest report, the group didn't just grab the items and run. They had a playbook. Deputies say the teens split into squads. One 15-year-old purchased a small item at the front register to acquire a legitimate store bag. He then met with the rest of the team in the aisles where they stuffed the bag and separate backpacks with high-end gear. Covered items included a Nike Tech fleece jogger, windrunners, hoodies, along with various football accessories. The list detailed specific high-demand gear like Jolly Rancher and Warhead-flavored mouth guards.
Wait.
Chrome back plates and turf tape. The total value of the theft was confirmed at $2,296.
They stole Jolly Rancher flavor mouth guards
and Warhead.
Oh, sorry.
That's
first
gotta
off
be gross after a minute, right?
Yeah.
After a minute, that's got to be disgusting. Oh, Warhead flavor. Warheads are the super sour ones, right?
Yeah.
High demand. How much is a Warhead? How much is a Warhead flavored mouth guard?
It's in high demand too. So,
oh my gosh. $21. How many mouth guards were they stealing?
And then just there's a lot of good questions coming up from the comment section too about these
away.
mouth guards.
I'm sorry, I can't see it. Fire away.
Do you have to mold it, Ryan? Asks?
I'm imagining it, but then once you boil it,
doesn't that take the flavor away?
I would think so.
And then also, so you're just buying these and then tossing them after 2 hours
after the flavor dies off? No way. The $25 per piece. Do better. Good. Because we're both idiots. Do mouth guards still have to be boiled to be molded, or is there a new sort of newfangled NASA rubber that they bite into and then it just molds to their?
I don't think you have to. All of them. I'm sure there's some. Here, yeah, Mike says you don't have to boil all of them.
Okay. But the flavor has to die off or just turn.
It's gonna be like Hubba
chemical
Bubba, where for like 2 seconds is the greatest tasting thing, and then afterwards you're like, oh, it's just plastic.
Listen, I've put a lot of stupid shit in my body, but the chemical that you've got to have, no, I didn't. No.
That's going on TikTok.
517-2303. The chemicals that have to be caked onto that rubber, dude. I think this is an awful idea. I don't know if there's any traction to it. I saw it. We all know Phillip Rivers is
stealing $2,200 worth.
Yeah, bad, horrible idea.
Okay,
horrible.
Just so
idea.
everybody knows, that's where we've landed on this story.
Yeah. And I mean, to be able to put $2,200 into a couple of bags is pretty impressive. So anyway, they are in big trouble because it's not just stealing; it's the coordinating of it that got them in. When the article, as I read further down in the article, that's what's getting them. I think I may have closed it now. I think I did close that tab. That's what's going to get them in trouble is the fact that they like coordinated it and had a plan, because then it adds a whole nother level to it. 14 and 15 being charged with felonies. Oh, now you think of it as a parent, because for the most part, they were there with their coach. From the story I read, he was basically their chaperone. Phillip Rivers is coming back. Phillip Rivers is going to probably win the MVP. We'll see if he even plays. Did you see? And I didn't yesterday. I could not tell when I watched this if this was something that had serious traction or not, but I'll tell you before I even start it, I think this is an awful idea. Troy Aikman apparently started it, kind of floated the idea on their broadcast about the Eagles getting a hold of Jason Kelsey and getting him out of retirement. Basically said that he wouldn't be surprised if they've already reached out to him if they don't call him every day and try to do it, and said the guy can still do it. He could still get out there and play offensive line, play center for the Philadelphia Eagles. Boy, I think that's a bad idea. He hasn't played in a couple of years. And not only do I think that those couple of years, that ring rust, I'm not saying he can't still get the job done. There would be some ring rust that would show. And, dude, he's building an amazing brand. You would jeopardize, not all of it. It's not going to die off. But, man, all eyes would be on him. All eyes would be super critical, hypercritical of an offensive lineman that we already know. Every single play, something's happening there on the line.
Yep.
The spotlight would be on him in a whole different way than it was when he was just Travis Kelce's brother. So anyway, I don't know if this is something that they're just floating around, an inside joke amongst the broadcast team.
I feel like Aikman is serious about he could still do it. I would be calling him if I was the Eagles every day, maybe, but I'm with you. I just don't see it happening. I think Kelsey is past it, where he is now a podcaster. He's doing a great job on Monday Night Football, and yeah, I think the issues too with the Eagles, it's not just the center's problem. I mean,
right.
Hurts threw 4 interceptions, turned over the ball 4 times. That's not just on the center. The defense hasn't been performing well at really all season long. It's been very high in the lows or very low for the Eagles. There's no consistency with this team. One day they go out there and score 27 and beat the Rams. The next week, they only put up 16. So I think there's more issues with the Eagles than just plopping a future Hall of Fame center that you had in at his old position.
Been a year and a half. He retired after the 2023 season. So it's been some time since he's been out there, quote unquote, in the trenches fighting those battles. Again, physically, I think he probably could do it if he had enough time to get ready. I'm not saying that. I just think for his brand, for
I don't think it would
we'd
hurt
be
his brand as much. You don't. You think it would really, if he went out there and played poorly, you think it would hurt his brand that much?
Yeah, I think it would.
I think a lot of people, the dude's been sitting for a year and a half.
We're pretty brutal.
We are.
We're pretty brutal. If you want to be the man in the arena, you got to you're going to get down in there and you're going to deal with all the consequences of it. So I saw this story yesterday and I was like, bad idea. Not that he couldn't do it. I just think he's got a good thing going. The headline that I saw on that FARC website that always has the funny websites, it was like, option A, go help a team try to make the playoffs. Option B, stay at home, have sex with my wife. He spent 13 seasons with the Eagles before retiring after the 2023 season. So we'll see. Something to keep an eye on, man. It is old timers day around the ballpark.
I saw a tweet and it was like, fellas, our childhood isn't over just yet. Phillip Rivers is back at quarter. The Seahawks have a good defense.
Just like old times. When we get back, it is a Thirsty Thursday, and we will hook up with Bruno to chat about what all is happening in the full court press world. We'll do that to wrap up a Thursday morning here with you on The Rush, therushradio.com.
For the holidays, bring real taste to the table with Gold Peak Real Brewed Tea. Made with real tea leaves and real cane sugar, Gold Peak delivers a golden, brewed for taste flavor that makes every moment more meaningful. Whether you're gathering with family or friends, celebrate the moments that matter the most, because real connections deserve real refreshment. For your upcoming holiday celebrations, choose Gold Peak Tea and bring real taste to the table.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with a chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
House wasn't built for bats, birds, or raccoons, but try telling them that. At Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions, we've been helping Iowans take back their homes for over 20 years. We use cost-effective, eco-friendly methods to solve wildlife and pest problems the right way. Whether it's bats in your attic, birds in the vents, raccoons in your chimney, or moles in your yard, we have long-term solutions. Call Bats and Bugs Pest Solutions today at 515-218-3400, and let's make sure your home doesn't become their home.
Hey everybody, Mason Miller, sales manager out here at Willis Infinity, and I'm excited to announce with the holidays here, so are some exciting deals. Right now, this month, get a brand new 2026 QX60 for as low as 1.9% out to 60 months, or utilize the $5,000 in retail cash that they're offering. On top of that, this month, we're on the brand new 2026 QX80 and $7,000 in retail cash. For more information, stop by our showroom or visit us online at willisinfinity.com.
A fuel choice that even rivals can agree on? Now that's worth the hype. Pump it up with Unleaded 88.
Hey, it's Noel from Fiscus Jewelers. This holiday season, give the gift of sparkle that lasts a lifetime. From our latest favorites, there's something for everyone on your list. Already have a Fiscus diamond? Bring it in and trade up, Graham. It's the perfect way to shine a little brighter this year. And if you're dreaming up something custom, get your design started by December 1st for Christmas delivery. Let's make this season magical together. Fiscus Jewelers, your jeweler for life.
The largest selection of German beer in the world? You'll find it at the Hessen House. From Doppelbox to Oktoberfest to Hefeweizens and Dunkels, there's no passport needed for the deliciously different beer and food at the Hessen House. So grab your friends, a fun night out. The Hessen House, 4th and Court, Des Moines.
You know, Brian, at Central City, we really do have the best selection around.
I know, high quality stuff you can't find anywhere else.
Whistle Pig, plantation rum.
Yeah, and over 150 of the best scotches on earth.
And a ton of bitters, mixers, and more.
You know what we are? High class.
Definitely high class, yeah. Make way for the natty.
Okay, maybe medium class.
Central City Liquors, home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the wooden nickel program.
Hi, it's Marion with Willis. It's going to be that time of year where everyone's driving to see their families for the holidays, and in order to see your family, you have to see the road. And you can't see the road with old wiper blades. And right now, for the month of December, we're offering $10 off a set of wiper blades with the purchase of an oil change. Give us a call or schedule online at LandRoverDesMoines.com.
Back like a rash you thought was gone. Travis and Ross are addictive. It's the Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.
And powered by our friends up at Fiscus Jewelers, your local full-service jeweler in Ankeny, 17th Delaware Avenue, Suite 250. If you have not had the privilege of working with Noel and his team up there at Fiscus Jewelers, do yourself a favor. Stop by and check them out. They can help you out with all sorts of stuff. Brand new things, sizing, stone setting, chain repair, retipping. They can do appraisals in a few days, get everything clean, polished, fully documented replacement value. So start your designs at fiscusjewelers.com, open Monday through Saturday. Justin Miller hanging out with us, filling in for Travis Justice as he wraps up a what seems to be a really fun family vacation in
until
Italy.
This morning?
Until he went to fly home this morning and everything fell apart.
Haven't heard anything else, though, so hopefully, fingers crossed, everything okay. Got there safely.
We'll see what happens. He's apparently flying through Munich this morning.
Bologna? Something
Bruno,
about Bologna.
Bruno, he's having some troubles. He is. He sent us a message this morning saying his flight got canceled in Florence. He got bused to Bologna. He got bused to a different city.
Bologna.
And they're trying to get to Munich. So, flight problems for Mr. Justice.
Sounds like
How
a
are you this
European
morning,
vacation.
buddy? You're looking very festive. You're looking very Christmassy in your ham sweater. I like it.
Yes, your commercial, Merry Fiscus.
Merry Fiscus.
If you're from Carroll, or at least my sister would know this, Marilyn Fiscus and Harvey Newmeyer. There's a person she worked with that said that all the time. There's two people in Carroll. It just sounds sort of like Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Bruno,
yes, and I'm wearing the Hams Christmas. It actually has my name on the back.
Killer. That's a winner. That's a good right one. There.
Custom. You'll see me wearing this tonight at the annual Customer Appreciation Christmas Party at the High Life Lounge.
Oh, nice. Okay, glad we're doing that. We had a fun lunch at Buzzard Billy's the other day, and the Hams reminds me. Now they call it not vintage beer. Now they call it. Used to be crappy beer night.
Well, now they're calling it legacy
beer.
Legacy beer night. I call it crappy beer. Yeah. Classic cans.
So what's going on tonight at High Life, you said?
As always, for 20 years plus running, we do a customer appreciation party, which is and other things. We get a lot of people in there, and we just have a nice Christmas party. The new owners of the Miller distributorship here in town, Keg One is their name. It used to be iBev and Mike Brewington. He just sold the company this past year. And so it'll be fun to celebrate with the new folks. We'll have the big, we have this, basically it looks like Santa's throne. You can get pictures on it. I think it was like something.
Is it like
from
the
High
Game
Life.
of Thrones? I know Ross didn't watch Game of Thrones. Did you, Bruno?
I did, but it's not made out of a bunch of swords.
Yeah, I didn't know if it was canon.
Ross isn't into like naked chicks. So he didn't watch Game of Thrones. Somebody was telling me, I like to watch Game of Thrones. I was like, oh, you like softcore? Or no, it might have been Game of Thrones, or it might have been Outlander. I'm like, oh, you like softcore porn too? And it was like an older guy. He was super blush, but it's like there's a lot of sex in both of those shows. So just a little tip if you're missing Cinemax.
I remember Megan and we were getting into Game of Thrones, and then we were over at like a family dinner, and my brother was talking about it with us. He's like, yeah, I love that show. My wife and I watched it, blah, blah, blah. My mom goes, oh, I want to check it out. We should watch it tonight. And all of us in like unison, we're like, nah, not happening.
Although, local celebrity Momoa's in that. So
yeah,
he's
at
in
the very,
Game of
very
Thrones?
start. Yeah, he's at the very start. Yeah, I think that
See,
might have
I'm
been one of the.
mistaken.
It might have
It's
been
a
one of the first
show,
things he ever
right?
did.
It's like a long series.
Well, they're in
show,
they're in a second go round.
Oh, no way. Oh,
yeah.
yay.
I mean, if you like fantasy, medieval, like warring factions kind of stuff,
naked chicks,
it's awesome.
Let's
Court
not
intrigue.
leave off like there's like incest and I think in the very first episode of the first season, there's even like pedophilia.
I don't know if that's true. And what's
feel like
wrong
there
with a
was
little
some-
bit of that
What?
in today's world?
There's a lot.
No, I'm just kidding. I'm just saying back then, maybe they didn't know that was wrong. It took a while for it to sink in that maybe you shouldn't do that.
Yeah. Something like that.
I don't know. It's
not for me.
It's
Not,
Ross. It's
not,
make
not
believe.
for this guy. I did hear
make-believe.
yesterday. We were talking yesterday, Bruno, about how I just have a hard time with like the fake story. I always hate it when somebody is like,
You mean like fiction?
oh man, yeah, fiction.
You have a
When
problem with
the fake
fiction.
story. The fake story. When somebody is like, oh, you got to watch Breaking Bad. You won't believe some of the stuff that happens in it. I go, yeah, because it's make believe.
I know, but they say it's true. Truth is stranger than fiction. There's stuff that's way weirder in the world.
Then yesterday, I get a text from a guy who's like, hey, heads up, Breaking Bad's based on a real story. Is that true?
Everything's based on a little bit of something. I mean, it's pretty hard to come out of pure fantasy out of nowhere, because I don't think it'd be relatable. It has to be based out of something. I mean, even Star Wars is based on the samurai warriors of Japan, right? So it's not.
I didn't know about that.
It's not pure fantasy. And there's the old fashioned the good guys wear the good guys or the bad guys wear black. Darth Vader. I know that the stormtroopers were in white, but there is this good and bad. This cowboy. I mean, all westerns are based on that too. It's all good triumphs over evil.
I believe Fargo is like one of the first mainstream movies to do this is a true story or based on a true story, but it's absolutely fake.
Oh yeah, they say it's based on a true story.
Yeah,
Blair Witch Project is
well, but Fargo says based on a true story, but they're totally.
I don't remember Fargo saying based on a true
story.
story.
It says it right at the start of the show.
And they're like, the names have been changed, but their stories are told something like that.
Here's a truth that's stranger than fiction. A driverless Waymo vehicle turned into a temporary birthing center when a woman gave birth to a baby inside the car before she reached the hospital, according to the autonomous vehicle company. The pregnant woman was apparently in labor and attempting to reach a University of California, San Francisco hospital when the baby arrived. The mother and her baby arrived safely and in the Waymo at the hospital, according to the company.
She needed to get to the hospital because she's crowning. She's having a baby.
Correct.
And she gets a driver. Imagine when a driverless cab shows up.
Well, I mean, how crazy you could be out in the woods or you could be in a car, but you're by yourself,
Bruno, with all the bars and places you own, anyone give birth at any of these places?
No, it never happens. That doesn't happen.
Not since Tuesday.
Yeah. Well, and we're downtown, so we're within walking distance of 5 hospitals. So we're never seen that happen. What else would I say? Oh, here's a. You think this is true or false? The State Department has gone to Times Roman because Calibri is too woke.
What? Shut up.
Wait.
Shut up. What? They're changing the font of
Marco Rubio has officially changed the font of the U.S. Department or the Department of Defense, State Department to Times Roman because Calibri or however you say it is too woke. That's an official statement from our
I
government.
don't like the way that C is looking at me.
That's an official statement from our government.
Yep, that's what we're taking care of important things. True or false? Donkey basketball is real.
I like this. This is real.
I've seen
we talked
this
about
on
this
Instagram.
We talked about this at our lunch. You guys were telling me that you guys have seen donkey basketball. It's basically like it's what do you call it? Carroll Iowa polo, right? You ride on a donkey.
It's something I've seen in the gym at Kemper. Along with pro wrestling, by the way. When pro wrestling was hot, but before Monday night and the whole TBS and all that TNT, when they were just traveling around the Midwest, they'd set up in local towns and you could go and watch the wrestlers. Bulldog Bob Brown is like one of the guys from that era, but the Von Erichs or whatever from up in Minnesota.
Yeah.
That whole crew, but they would show up. I think even Andre the Giant showed up at one of these at one time. I can't remember, but maybe I'm, how you remember stuff. But
I think you're probably not too far off with that. When you walk into the old vets, now obviously Community Choice Credit Union Convention Center, you walk in to there and they've got all those old vintage memory plaques along the wall. There's some great professional wrestling ones.
Well, and that's vets though. That sort of makes sense. It's not a small town high school gym. What are you going to have there? Well, obviously wrestling and donkey basketball. Each team has four people on donkeys and one person in the middle of the court, and they work their way to get up to the basket and score. And of course, adding the donkeys in, hilarity ensues. It's
Can
a
you
little
control
wild.
Where a donkey goes? Is that is that part of the wild, unpredictable?
I don't think so. I suppose for a little bit until like anything, they're like, screw you, I'm not going anywhere. If you ever have a chance to experience the spectacle of donkey basketball, I would say it's well worth it and a bundle of laughs. I highly recommend it, says the person who wrote the article that I just pulled off.
My mom has a miniature donkey, so I'm ready. I got a basketball and a donkey. Let's get the Rush donkey basketball team going.
There you go. Well, there you go. You got one. So you got an intimate relationship with that donkey. You might be able to do better on it.
I don't know. I've never ridden a donkey.
Oh, wow. Okay. True or false? Kraft just introduced a 65-inch box sold at Walmart.
65-inch
in a six like it looks like a 65-inch.
Oh, kind of like how they do the beer log. That's like the 100 pack of beer.
But it's in a box. It comes in a box that looks like a TV. Inside, 65 boxes of mac and cheese. They did it on a doorbuster for Walmart. That's a true story. I guess I could stop on the true stories.
I could have guessed that was a true story.
I was gonna be like, we're in America, right?
And
sounds about right.
That's an easy one. That was a layup.
And a follow up. I'm just loaded with them today. Follow up a last week's story. There is the raccoon from North Carolina. Remember the liquor store?
Oh, the one that got drunk. Yep.
CBS News down in the area where the drunk liquor store raccoon liquor bandit was found. The shelter that got him out of the store has raised more than $1,500 or $150,000 with merchandise for the shelter. They've sold drunk raccoon paraphernalia, shirts and whatnot. They raised $150,000 off that trash can.
Now, honestly, Bruno, good on them. That is taking an opportunity and making the most of it, and that's a really great story. Not where I thought you were going to go with that, honestly.
Well, and not to be outdone, the viral varmint gets his own hooch. The liquor shop names 3 cocktails after the trash panda. They have the Rye Rascal Sour, the Trash Panda Old Fashioned, and the Midnight Masked Gin Fizz. This was in Virginia, by the way. I guess I forgot.
That's fantastic.
Or at least the Virginia folks got in on the Trash Bandits.
Those are
activities.
better. My fear was that the story was going to be about the rehabilitation of, like, hey, everybody, you want to hear a feel good story? They got the raccoon back on his feet.
He went
they got him in a 12-step program, and I really
and
didn't think you were going to.
What was the celebrity
And it burned the
rehab guy?
litter of babies that have fetal alcohol syndrome.
Yeah, I knew where you were going with that.
But you gotta do you think Wisconsin would go for the Trash Panda Old Fashioned? I just kind of rolls off your tongue.
Does it say what a Trash Panda Old Fashioned is? Had a lot of Old Fashioned.
It says it's pitched as a scrappy, no nonsense twist on a classic Old Fashioned.
It's just an Old Fashioned that there's.
I know.
Got it.
Funny.
I had 3 soccer stories for you. I was all ready to talk soccer for
wow,
a full
wow,
half
yeah.
hour here, and then you came with your fun little game. Here.
Oh,
I did
don't-
like that, by the way.
I
Thanks for
enjoyed
coming
it,
with
too.
those. That was fun.
Don't tease. Yeah, we Messi won. I think they said he's won a trophy every year of his career. The guy is
He was
phenomenal.
named the MLS MVP, right?
for the second year.
Okay. That wasn't one of the stories I had. Did you see that they're going to break the game into quarters for the World Cup? They're going to take hydration breaks
because of the heat. Well, they took hydration
or the commercials, one of the two.
But they took hydration breaks in when they foolishly went to the desert to play soccer. So
yeah,
they're gonna. I mean, in U.S. in June, July. We're gonna have some heat, but I mean, they break it into quarters, but that's just the way that's so the Americans understand what's happening. I read an article. It's like it's our national pastime to make fun of soccer.
True.
It's easy.
And it's easy. Yeah, it's easy when you don't understand things to make fun of it.
Exactly. It's the first thing you do. Thing you do.
It's a sign of higher intelligence.
I did not know that FIFA had an ethics committee. Did you know that?
Yeah, but it's full of like former mob people. They have zero ethics.
Well, they're
on display recently with they invented a new peace prize.
The thing. The ethics committee is now investigating the president of FIFA because the president of FIFA, the soccer organization, the International Football Association,
correct,
gave President Trump a peace prize. If you're saying to yourself, I didn't know FIFA had a peace prize. Neither did the ethics committee at FIFA.
that whole parade of like give the monkey a treat and he'll help you out thing is just gone beyond. It's insanity. Like, oh, thank you for the nice thing. Yes, you get.
I saw one
billions of dollars in contracts in your country, or we're not going to investigate your company, or you're going to get out of jail now. It's so weird.
Did you see the political worlds are going to collide in the soccer world in Seattle? I've touched on this story a couple times also, but
what do you mean political worlds?
Well, it started a couple of days ago. A story came out of Seattle that the local Seattle World Cup group, that the group that's helping to organize the World Cup when it's the games in Seattle, decided that one specific game was going to be a pride game. They were going to celebrate the LGBTQ community on this one specific day. They set that aside as their Pride Day in Seattle. Mm-hmm. Then the draws came out for the World Cup and the potential teams that could play there. One of the matchups that could,
oh my
it's
God,
a 50-50
Saudi Arabia,
chance. Iran and Egypt.
Ooh.
In Egypt, it is if you're gay, you're imprisoned. In Iran, if you're gay, you're killed.
That'll be a fun one.
It'll be interesting because now,
they have nothing. They can't do. What are they going to do? Just take the loss, both of them. Well, that's the only thing. That's the only thing they can do.
Both associations have basically written to FIFA and said, change this or else. So
Jesus, or else, or we'll kill you. We'll just declare you gay and kill you.
Declare you gay and kill you. I like the true or false game, Bruno. That was a fun one, man. I like that one a lot. That's fun.
Well, yeah, if you want more hilarity, come on down to the Xmas party, the Christmas party tonight. I can't make it tonight. Hessen House is throwing a Krampus Christmas all through the holiday. It's lots of fun. And a few things to drop here. The Tackle Box and Octobox next week, 18th and 19th, if I can have the dates right, Thursday, Friday next week.
Let's start with Octobox. Octobox at the library will be which brewer?
Both will be Field Day. We're gonna do a double dip, just like Exile.
Field Day
out of North Liberty, Iowa. They are going to be here, and we will have them. And pro tip, one of the beers, I think we're going to be doing it. If not, it's going to end up at Barrel Age Brunch. Just was voted 2025 best barrel aged beer of the year nationally.
Wow! And you're going to have that will be on both the Tackle Box and the Octobox.
Yes.
Octobox happens at the library. The Tackle Box happens at El Bait Shop. So
mark your calendars. February 2nd, you're going to be sick that day. It's a Monday. It's going to be Groundhog's Day, February 2nd, the 22nd annual. And if you say, well, I'd rather go another time, Monday's not my thing, it'll be also at 6 a.m. the first time you'll be able to drink Yingling in the state of Iowa. We're doing the combo rollout party.
This is a big deal. Yingling coming. We didn't talk about this last week. This news broke last Wednesday, kind of got leaked. We didn't talk about it last week, and I kind of felt like I'd fumbled that on you. Yingling, it was announced, is finally coming to Iowa. Now, there's always been this thing, kind of like Coors used to be, or Spotted Cow is. Yingling is brewed in Pennsylvania?
Pottsville. 3 hours and 21 minutes drive from Punxsutawney.
Right? Okay, all right.
Yeah.
All right. It is
Pottsville, Pennsylvania, just north of Philadelphia. It's been brewed there since 1829.
You act like I'm Rand McNally, and I know where Pottsville is.
1829. Since 1829, the sixth generation. It's owned by four female Yinglings, daughters of Dick Yingling, who is fifth generation. They've been brewing beer for longer than any other brewery in the United States, 1829. We're finally getting it. If you're a fan of Smokey and the Bandit, the whole premise of Smokey and the Bandit was to get Coors across the country. People wanted Coors forever. That was the 1970s, 80s kind of thing. People wanted to get it in Iowa. Then we bled into, as Ross said, Spotted Cow, but that's kind of easy for us. But Fat Tire, New Belgium was always a thing. Everyone wanted it. They were hot to get that beer. We finally got it. Yingling probably eclipses both of those in some ways. It's taken from 1829 to today to make it to Iowa legally.
That's wild.
And if it were to be any other time of the year, it could have been any 364 other days. And the party would have been, the first place that wants to open up, they could open up at 6 a.m. with the Iowa liquor laws, could open up and start pouring at 6 a.m. I would argue at 6 a.m. on a Wednesday, March 7th.
But when it's Groundhog Day,
but when it's Groundhog's Day, when the worlds collide, and then also from Pennsylvania, Paula has decided that she wanted to make a change this year and bring her home state beer to the party now that she's 21. So look for hilarity to ensue.
Okay.
Lots of good beer.
Two events, Bruno. We need to remind people here in the final minute. So you got customer appreciation happening tonight, and then the on February 2nd is the Groundhog Day celebration. Okay.
And then that Saturday is Barrel Age Brunch, and then you got next Thursday and Friday with Field Day, and Hessen House and all of our places are celebrating Christmas. Hessen House has a fun thing going there. Come on out. Get out of your house. Get off your stupid phone. And get out. Well, you can bring your phone along, but drink beer while you do it at our bars, and have some casserole or some burgers or pizza or whatever. Get out of your house.
I found my new gamer tag, Dick Yingling.
Probably taken.
How about Dickling? Dickling. Just shorten it.
That's what we call you. That's what we call him anyway. So that makes it easy. Bruno, thanks so much.
What the hell?
What the? Thanks so much, buddy. Love you. We'll talk to you soon. Justin, we'll plan on seeing you tomorrow morning right now, okay?
Yeah, I'm
right,
available as of now.
We'll be back at it tomorrow morning at 6 a.m. right here on The Rush and TheRushRadio.com, powered by Willis Automotive.
I'm loving these wooden nickels, Brian.
Yeah, I suppose everyone is catching on.
Just spend $20 to get a wooden nickel.
It's 25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings on your next purchase.
Some of these are worth $5. That could be huge.
I know, right? That's why you have to spend $20.
It's 25.
Collect 10. It's like money back to you.
Spend 20, you get another wooden nickel.
It's 25.
Collect 10 and add up the savings. It's huge.
Central City Liquors, home of the 10% cash coupon.
And the wooden nickel program.
What's going on, everybody? It's Bobby here at Land Rover Des Moines. I just want to wish you a Merry Christmas and to remind you that there is somebody special in your life that needs a 628 horsepower off-road Land Rocket Defender Octa under the tree for Christmas. So give us a call, click, or visit us at LandRoverDesMoines.com. Visit us in the showroom. We'll be glad you did.
Get ready, Des Moines. College basketball is heating up at Casey Center. On December 20th, the Iowa Hawkeyes take on the Bucknell Bison in a non-conference showdown you won't want to miss. Presented by Casey's. Feel the action. Hear the roar. Be there as the new-look Hawkeyes bring the intensity to the capital city. Tickets are going fast. Grab yours now at .com and be part of the excitement on December 20th. Iowa versus Bucknell, presented by Casey's. December 20th, only at Casey Center. Be there.
Bad gift giving. It happens to the best of us.
Thanks, I think.
But what if I told you there's a better way? Toss the silly socks and ditch the mediocre mugs, because the Iowa Lottery's gift that keeps on winning is here to save the holidays. Give your loved ones holiday scratch tickets with the chance to win instantly or unwrap your share of $1 million. Say no, no, no to boring presents with the Iowa Lottery this holiday season. Woohoo! Enter and see rules at ialottery.com/VIP.
'Tis the season to share great taste. Grab a refreshing Coca-Cola and make every moment a celebration. Locally made, nationally loved, Coca-Cola is the real deal when it comes to holiday cheer. Whether you're kicking back after the game or hosting the crew, nothing hits like that crisp, fizzy taste. Make this season yours. Grab an ice-cold Coca-Cola today.
Missing a quality home-cooked meal? You know, the kind Mom used to make? Lucky for you, we found her recipe book. Welcome to the High Life. Welcome to the Champagne of Bars.
Every business has priorities, and Priority One Heating and Cooling is no different. As a service provider, we prioritize quality air conditioners and furnaces that will keep your home at your comfort level year-round. As a small business, we prioritize doing things the right way and treating people fairly. As a truly local business, we prioritize our community. As a veteran-owned business, we prioritize duty and commitment. For big business service with local value, trust your home to the place where you are always Priority One.
Back to The Rush. Strong opinions, weak filters, and just enough sense to stay on the air. It's The Rush Radio Show, powered by Willis Automotive.